Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today, instead of doing a card video, which I'm going to do next time, which it's diamonds, so it'll be a video about mental health, which all of these damn videos are kind of like mental health in one way or another because I'm just me. Fortunately, a fellow YouTuber tagged me in the anxious YouTuber questionnaire, so I'm using that opportunity to make this video. Thank you to that YouTuber. Her name is Slaidey Valheim, and she is a fellow writer, and she is also the peer editor for my book. She's great. You should go to her channel. I'll put the links in the comments. She does reviews and talks about her experience as a writer and as an artist in general. Thank you, Slaidey, for this opportunity. So let's dive right into it. Question 1. Did you think about opening your channel for months or even years? This particular channel, yes. I've had other videos where I made like little short movies with friends. Those were quite a while ago. This is the first one that's just about me and my writing. For quite a while, I tried to use social media to do something like that, which is its own like exercise in futility.
We're gonna make them eat our shit, then shit out our shit, and then eat their shit that's made up of our shit that we made them eat.
Eventually, I perma-deleted my Facebook account, and I started watching YouTube videos about how to have constructive disagreements and ways to be a better listener. I got into like watching a lot of street epistemology videos, which if you've ever heard of that, it's kind of like it's using the Socratic method of questioning to remove yourself from a discussion so that you can concentrate fully on what the other person believes and why they believe the things that they do. Even before I started questioning other people or trying to understand them, I really wanted to get secure in both what I believed as an individual, and also I wanted to be secure in saying I don't know something. That's really hard. It's harder than some might realize, especially when you've been in an environment of ask questions, but don't ask too many questions. Don't dig too deep. Accept these answers and move on. And I just wasn't satisfied with that eventually. So basically all of that, between wanting to constructively talk about things on top of like needing a way to promote my book whenever it's ready. Even then, it took me a while to get to the point where I was making these type of YouTube videos for all of the obvious insecure reasons everyone has. So, yep. Okay, number 2. Do you ever feel guilty for not filming, but too uncomfortable to do so, but it makes you feel even more guilty, etc.? Yep. Yes. Yeah. 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 And while it's difficult for me to start, it's even worse when I get like 3/4 of the way through a video and just hit a wall. It sucks. I'm trying to push past that. If you're watching this right now, that's good. I guess I pushed past it. So, but yeah, especially when this is just the thing that I do, I definitely can feel guilty.
Well, what do you want? I say he's guilty.
I want to hear your arguments.
I gave you my arguments.
Question 3. Do you question your original topic choices for weeks, ending up filming an entirely different video on a whim because you think you're dumb? Yeah, I've done that a couple times. I think about what the topics are quite a bit, but I usually end up like tabling them and realizing like, no, that shouldn't be a deconstruction video, that's a mental health video. And I have to make it a mental health video next before I can make the deconstruction one, because that's in the next round. I just like circle around and around, and really I need to go write the things that I have on my mind right away so that they're ready when I get back to that point.
God damn it, dude, I'm having a panic attack. I'm actually having a panic
Will you
attack.
settle down and have another cup of coffee?
I am, bro.
I think I said in like my first video, these 4 topics that I want to talk about, it's really hard for me to like extricate them from each other. It's like you have a pizza and you pull off a piece of pepperoni and it's like, well shit, there's cheese on it. Like, well yeah, because it's all baked in together. Like there's gonna be there's gonna be some overlap there. I think what I'm trying to do is tell myself, you know, this should be more focused, which I want them to be more focused, but there's gonna be some overlap. Like there's gonna be. And I don't know if I'd call myself dumb for the topics necessarily. It's almost like I feel unqualified to talk about my own thoughts. Probably more than that. I worry that I'm not expressing them correctly, or like it's not the right time or whatever, but I'll get into more of that later. Keep pushing it aside until it goes away. There we go. Question 4. Do you struggle opening up to other YouTubers for reasons such as I'm not interesting enough, I don't have anything to say, they'll think I'm here for clout, etc.? I think about those things, but I kind of have the opposite problem. I tend to info dump. And I know now that a common mental health struggle for people with like similar upbringings as mine, or, you know, whatever, that's pretty normal. Yeah, so anyway, info dumping. Okay, question 5. Do you spend more time preparing for a video, worrying about your looks, what you have to say, your background, or anything else than actually filming and editing? I don't really worry about my looks because I can't do too much about it. I wear a hat. I started wearing a hat, I think, since I basically kind of went, I can't hide my baldness anymore. I'm just a lot more comfortable wearing a hat. Sometimes I think about the background. Like, obviously I didn't give a crap about it right now. There's just stuff. But eventually, like, yeah, I once I get the difficult things out of the way, which are the communicating myself effectively, sticking to a topic, editing them in an entertaining way, and having them come out with some semblance of regularity. Those are my main goals right now, so I don't really worry about the background. I have like lights and things like that I just haven't even hooked up yet. I've been oh my god, I've been procrastinating. There's the word I'm looking for. While I do think it's awesome having cool aesthetics, it's would overcomplicate things for me at this stage, because I have too many things, I'll get too overwhelmed. I think that was part of my thinking starting out with just unscripted, unedited, whatever. It was like, make something, shove it out there. Question 6. Do you sometimes black out during filming, not saying anything in front of the camera because you are suddenly questioning your entire life choices and wondering why you ended up here? I don't really black out when I make these. I'm not sure like what that... Oh my god! I'm not even left-handed. This is all for the bit. Let's catch up.
We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?
Oh, okay. Where the hell? Oh, okay, yeah. So I am gonna go with Slaidey's interpretation of this question, because I think they meant blank out, not blackout. But yeah, yes, I have. And to prove that, please enjoy the following supercut of embarrassment.
Shit. I can do a better job of reading that. I can. But I don't want to!
I almost made it. This is so bad. This is so bad. This is so bad. This is so bad. Number 7, have you ever cringed so much about a video you've not posted it, deleted it, buried the memory card in your garden, dug it out because it's expensive, and cried for a few hours? No, but I did tell a video once to think of the rabbits right before I shot it in the head.
Just what I always wanted, my own little bunny rabbit.
Yeah, lots of times. Not literally, but I used to do the same thing with social media. I would spend like hours writing something and then scrap it. I'm not like annoyed that I didn't post it. I'm more annoyed that I just deleted it. Like there's things I could have saved and like picked at. I don't know, but meh. Number 8. Do you watch or even rewatch your video just to insult yourself in your head? Or on the opposite, do you refuse to do so because you know you'll end up insulting yourself? So usually I get all of my insulting out after I film and edit. If something gets to the point where I actually do release it, I've made some semblance of peace with it, and I try to learn from it, what worked, what didn't. I also fret about consistency, and I try not to have each successive video being like a nitpick of the previous one. Like one example in the first video I made, I said I didn't want to read from a script because I didn't want to sound theatrical. That's not the word I meant to use. I meant to say practiced. I don't like to sound practiced. I don't like to sound like verbally theatrical. I'm reading from a rough script right now, and this video has been edited, and I feel the results are much better than stumbling and pausing my way through unfocused nattering. So. Hey, number 9. Do you feel guilty when you promote your work on social media? No, although I haven't really done much of it. I send a tweet like out into the void each time I make a video, but that's pretty much it. I do want to be conscientious of how I promote my book when I get to that point though, so it's something good to keep in mind. Question 10. Did this tag make you reconsider your entire YouTube channel? Yeah, it's all cooking tutorials from here on out. Yep. Reconsider, no. I've been happy somewhat with these videos, but there are some like darker things that I want to talk about, especially when it comes to religion and mental health. But I want to have some kind of like happy glaze. It sounds gross. I don't want it to be constant criticism and depressing things. I just don't want you to think that this is constantly a dark night of the soul. I want to put positive content out in the world. But having said that, that was a lot of my religious upbringing, was putting on a happy face when things are miserable. Or here's a Bible story like Noah's Ark. Like we would have those little felt characters in Sunday school. If you remember that, there'd be a little felt board and they'd put it up, and there's Noah and his family and all the happy animals and everything. I was a teenager, early 20s, before I finally went, what? That was a worldwide genocide. Why are the animals happy? And it's because, that's because God knows best, and we need to focus on those positive things. And see, these are the things I want to talk about because I couldn't. I didn't feel safe doing it, or I just felt that if I brought up something like that, it wasn't an opportunity to share my questions and my doubts with someone. It was an opportunity for them to tell me why I was wrong in my feelings. Where like in speeches, you're supposed to warm up the audience with a joke. I feel like I want to talk about some of the silly things before I get into the really serious things. And I don't even know if that's possible, because I think I almost feel like I need to like purge the dark stuff before I can double back and start going, okay, here are the positive sides of it.
Good afternoon, sir, and how are we today? Better. Better? Better get a bucket. I'm gonna throw up.
In that way, it's made me reconsider who I'm directing this towards. I don't know if I have a specific audience, but I know that I would like to have an open dialogue about some of these things, as dark and depressing as they might be, because I just didn't feel safe expressing those feelings in very many places. So those were the 10 anxious YouTuber questions that I answered. Let me know in the comments. I guess this is kind of a weird question to ask this soon, but like, what do you expect of me on this channel? Like, is there some sort of thread that you're seeing between these videos besides that was supposed to be a sound that encapsulates me? That sounds about right. So thank you again to Slaidey for tagging me in this, and thanks VB for encouraging me to do something every week, even if I'm telling myself I'm not feeling like it, or it's just not quite landing right. There's definitely like some wisdom in trying to do something every week, and if it's not exactly what I want to do, then I can do something else in the meantime as like little stopgaps. Next time we'll do the mental health video, and from there, who knows? But soon. It will be sooner rather than later. Okay, well, that about does it for today. Thank you so much for watching this, seriously. Thanks for engaging with it however you choose to, and I look forward to hearing from you. If you feel like popping a comment in the appropriate comment field. Oh God, I'm just gonna stop this right now, because if I don't, I'm gonna just